What's up, people? What's up, people? Long time no see, long time no see. We are in the building. We are in the building. I'm Babu, as you already know. For the lower loyal followers that check in from time to time, nobody really watches 100% all the way through. We get that, but hopefully this one will change that. With me today, I have the King Seed. Well, I ain't gonna even say upcoming rapper no more. He's literally he's him. He's him. Um, KS290, my son, Prince, and the king of his own realm, rapper, songwriter. When I tell you writer, yeah, he writes now at this point. Been doing it for almost how long? No, it's
Ever since 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
2017, give or take. So that's that's almost 8 years, almost 10 at this point. How many albums you actually have on all platforms running right now?
I have 4 albums out.
And how many you have in waiting that has not have been recorded yet?
7.
7. Yeah, that makes sense. When and you know, he came to me when he was 16. He was like, "Dad, I can rap." And I was like, I was always, I always encouraged my kids because my parents didn't really encourage shit for me, except for doing what they said, and that's nothing wrong with that. Different age, different time, right? So I was like, "Bet, let me hear what you got," because I used to do that when I was little, but I never really took it nowhere. And he was like, "Bitch, bitch, bitch, think it." Pause. Pause. I said, nah, you'll never get on radio play. You'll never get anywhere other than being like a mixed artist tape, underground type thing. Rare that kids, because my other guest, Mr. Don Trap, y'all gonna get to know him too. He's big influence in the music business and all that too. He was actually there when my son was first started learning how to record and video and doing his videos and so forth, right?
Came across each other first, if I'm not mistaken. Ain't that right, True?
Yep. Okay. I'll let y'all have y'all moment when I'm done with mine. How about that? So, at the end of the day, he was living with me at the time, finished what, 9th grade or something like that. He went back to his mom's, and then he hit me with something a month or two later, and he was like, "Dad, check this out." He didn't even give me a whole big build up to it. He was like, "Dad, check this out." And then I was like, "I bet." So he had wrote a song, and then he put it together with his broke tablet and his phone, and had it on SoundCloud. And I was like, not a single cuss word, not a single derogatory word in the whole song. And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good." Encouraging, right? About a month after that, close to a month after that, he hit me with another song, and he just kept popping. And I was like, "Damn, son, I fucks with that."
That was.
And then that's when.
Yeah, I sent
Was
you.
it a week?
Yeah, I sent you like.
He was popping them though. Like I mean, that was a little ways back, so I don't really know 100% the timing of it, but I know he was popping songs back to me. None of them. Now, one of them had cuss word, nigga this, none of that, right? So, like what I say is rare when you tell your kids something and they actually adhere to it almost perfectly. Because his first 15 songs that he actually recorded had no cussing. Had a lot of emotional pain because I felt everything he said because I knew what he was going through, and he was literally releasing himself, expressing himself through the music. That was very. I wanted you to redo "Lonely." That bitch made me cry. For some reason, it was on this computer, and I can't pull it up. I'm too old. But that's who this youngster is. Next to him is Mr. Don Trap, and that is figuratively speaking. or is it? You are definitely a good and gracious speaker. So tell them who you are, remind them who you are, and let them know um, what it do. Let them know what it do.
Uh, well, my mom would say I'm a natural born good person. Nah, man. Most people in the city we live in right now know me for music. I brought a lot of people on stage. I try to follow in his footsteps. Rest in peace to Yankee James Yankee
I don't
Mills.
even know what that is. That's just me playing around. I'm from DC. Fuck a gang sign. I don't know.
You
Play
know,
it.
and if many of you already know Yankee, he put a lot of people on stage. Shout out to Beat You So Crazy and Wale and many more. But I've been able to, a couple years ago, I was able to really sit down with Yankee and touch bases. Because when you are grinding and pushing, especially for other people, you just hope you pushing people in the right direction. And it's really good actually to see KS 290 again, because not only seeing his progress in his personal life, but also in his music, there's so much progress. I was very surprised to see that I don't see in other artists, which is amazing. Take all your bragging rights, but good work. I like that track you just played me before we jumped on here. But other than that, a lot of people know me as Don Trap, Daddy of Foe now. So I'm out the way, working behind the scenes with the great kings. Yeah.
All right. So um, tonight's topic title is and this is one I don't have to keep looking and seeing what title is, because this one I've been feeling for a minute, for a hot minute. I used to look out for people. Now I look out for people. At the end of the day, I have I've learned a lot in the last 2 years. You feel me? Like, about myself. And when you have that type of discipline to literally critique yourself and pay attention to what other people say, and it's not just anybody. It's literally like it's like I don't just listen to anybody's opinion of me, because I have to have an opinion of you as well, whether I know you or not. Because I'm an empath, so I'm a read a person for real, for real. But if I know you and I respect you and I respect what you say, and I know that you're not coming with no hate, no shade, no underhandedness type shit, your word is definitely going to be respected, and your opinion, because of how you handled and dealt with me throughout our tenure of friends or whatever the case may be. So I have some, and I've always, I've said this like for the longest. I am a follower, but the way I follow is to gain information, knowledge, wisdom, and the ability to navigate some things through life, right? But yes, I'm a follower. I don't look at that as a negative connotation or word, but I follow leaders. I don't follow just anybody. If someone has something that I can learn from, build from, elevate off of you know, uh, their momentum through their life, you feel me? I will follow them to the end, because I'm learning and sponging. It's like kind of like a chameleon. Like, I blend until I don't have to. And so with that, it helps when you follow someone who's doing better than you, who knows more than you, who has things more together than you. So I follow good examples, I guess you could
Mhm.
say.
Right.
You feel me? But I don't follow, when I say that, it's not, I'm not envious of anyone. Nor am I like wanting to be them. I just want to learn more. I've always been that way since a little kid. Um, and I give anybody a chance. I deal with anybody until I see that I can't. But in the last few years, I've looked deeper than was comfortable. I call them revelations. So, like, I say that there's these pieces that float around. Feel me? And then the pieces are different elements, and they make a picture, right? And that picture, Um, but it doesn't make a complete picture until all the elements come together. Feel me? But then once they do, it's almost like whoa. Case in point. So when I was growing up, I used to get bullied a lot, and I wasn't a corny kid. I mean, I wasn't a big dresser because my mom didn't really have. We wasn't balling like that. What she bought, and it is what it is. But my personality is what got me bullied, not the way I dress, per se. My laugh. You ever hear somebody like that just has such a boisterous, loud laugh, like you just kill the whole room when they start laughing, like ha ha. Me. Nobody that has known me for more than 10 years has ever heard me laugh like that, unless I'm just like just super tickled, right? But I tailored my laugh to not get choked on no more. The I used to be real green, like gullible, and I used to get in trouble because ones that had that street savviness, even though I grew up in a middle class neighborhood, and that's one of the reasons why we struggled. But at the end of the day, had a nice, safe, comfortable upbringing because of the neighborhood we lived in. I went in there, the bathroom that we just did, that was the neighborhood.
Oh,
And I don't look the same no more, do it. Don't look middle class. It looks southern class. Like they need a wall in there. And I'm just like, I love y'all. Que pasa? No.
That's a good
but
example.
but no, that ass like but so I'm gonna shorten that. So everything that someone could pick on, I fixed, which is the chameleon thing really plays for me because I would blend in so that I wouldn't be the highlight in there in a negative way. But the pieces that were literally coming together, I was having a barbecue, had a bunch of friends over, and my collegiate friend Sunny, she literally is like very intelligent, very like her thoughts are like have you like damn, I didn't think of that. But the revelation at that point that literally made me go into an emotional meltdown, broke down because it was an epiphany. Like once everything came together and was clear, it was like bullies raised me. Who am I? I don't even know who I am. I know that my genuineness, my love and care is definitely my character and who I am. But like I'm always and see, like from then till now, I've learned how to adapt in any room, any situation, any circumstance, because I know how to go in there and infiltrate. And now I'm not like hiding too so much, but I'm more like now I'm the energy in the room because I can read the room, I can in, insert myself, and then inspire everybody else in the fucking room. Instead of tearing them down, I build them up. So it's kind of like an MI6. He goes in on a secret mission, and he boom, and he's like, "All right, this is the mission. I got you." And then boom. So you can go to any club that I've ever been in that I've frequented, and they like, "Oh yeah, that's I know." Even if they don't know my name, yeah, that's hey. I had a club literally like I walk through the door, hey, and it literally is like the wave, because it's infectious, you know. Um, but I learned a lot. But I learned more so that looking out for people, that's a fickle beast and a double-edged sword. Because I want friends. I want to be good to people because nobody through my childhood, early adulthood, I only had select few. They were hard to find too. And some of them just saw something in me and was like, nah, bro, like I'm not even gonna do you like that, youngster, or whatever. Like, nah, this is and they told me things, and the fact that I would listen and apply to stuff is what made them want to keep giving me, what I'm saying, uh that type of encouragement, that type of wisdom, you know. But I've seen more in the last 2 years, people that's my dog, that's my best friend, that's my ride or die, that's family. And that word we'll get into later, but that's family. Literally now can't even get them to return a text, not a phone call,
That's because we stick
but
out
a
like sore
motherfucking
thumbs.
text. They won't return that.
Good people stick out like sore thumbs, man. And,
We
something
are
something we learned is you could be looking somebody dead in their face. They can tell you they starved. Like, we seen homeless people do it. Go beg for money and put the sign in the back of a Mercedes.
I've been fortunate on that, dealing with homeless people
Mhm.
that because I know people be out there just testing the world. Like, stop testing people, motherfucker. You literally can stand on the corner and make $1,000 through the course of a day if you're in the right. That's not going to tell you nothing about the people. Um, but
No, but
one thing I've learned is how to decipher from someone who's really out there in desperation and need, and it's mostly based on their reaction. I can read them however I want to read them. Like, I'm literally in the car and they're on the side of the road. They all look the same at that point. But like, I was in Baltimore, and he didn't ask for a certain amount. He didn't ask for none of that. He literally was like, you know, he was spraying on my fucking windshield or some shit, like trying to clean the windshield, which I get it. You're getting your hustle on. And then he's like, you got a couple dollars, boom, boom. I said, and I handed him a $50 bill. He broke down crying. I knew he was dead ass serious. Like, he was really, he appreciated the fuck out of it.
right.
And
But
that made me feel good.
the
You
only
know what I'm saying?
unfortunate part though is people, back to the sore thumb is that they'll study that. They'll say, okay, this is what a good person does, and then go out there and act like that person. What they call it, kind of scenario.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I forgot
I
the
used to, I used to
proper
be so
saying.
anxious. I think I was more anxious than the local rappers, man. I used to be so anxious for the final day when everybody would get there by 8, 9 o'clock. We would hope to start by 11. I'm calling these guys, and I'm like, man, I had one guy come up to me, hey man, give him a chance. Man, this is real serious. And then he had a song about love and family. I was like, oh man, this is the one. This dude didn't come to 2 shows. He was just too busy. You know what I mean? And these people
Or
they'll give
maybe
you sob stories
it
behind.
just didn't link and the importance of it.
Well, behind doors is sob stories. Not just all artists. It's
Right,
just in
right, right,
general.
right, right. And
It's
then you
man,
give him
I really need
opportunity,
it.
and then he don't. But like the last show we did, and then I do this. I say it in a lot of shows. You can lead that horse to water, but you can't make him drink. The question that I added to it was, "Why won't that thirsty bitch drink the water?" You let it. You literally led him to a safe and drinkable source of 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 water fluid that is life sustaining, because water definitely helps. Even if you never drunk another soda or anything with anything else in it, water will sustain your life. For a moment, you can go 14 days starving and drinking water, and it'll help. If you don't have water or food or anything, it might not make it 14 days.
But I mean, that do be their fault if they choose not to drink it.
But we as good people, and we as loving caregivers, and sometimes I'm not afraid to say it. I got the hero complex. I save every fucking body until they started drowning me. At the
You
end of the
save
day,
horses,
at
you
the end
send
of
it
the day,
trying to carry people.
that's that is something that dawned on me until not 25 but 24, is that you got to walk away from that horse with that super long neck that could literally just lean down and drink that water. That's what I'm saying. What you did, and I love how you
Push
even
that
said
motherfucker
that.
in the water.
I love how you even said that at your age, to have that type of discernment, understanding. But when you're in a position where everybody treats you like you're rich, because I'm not, I'm just very much, I make my shit happen,
I'm
and
rich in
I
my
go out. I'm rich in certain ways. My personality rich, but dollar rich, no. But I'm a go getter. I make sure I go out and try to provide and get and keep money rolling in. That's the thing with cancer. Like, this man's a cancer too. You know what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, like, I had to learn that it's okay for me to walk away from a horse, because one, I gave him everything he needed to survive. This is hypothetical or figuratively speaking. This fucking water. It was case in point. I had a friend when I was working with the roofing company for 6 years, and I trained everybody in the
rich.
top five that was making 6 figures.
Rich.
I felt rich. Shit. Hey, I bought my dream car, my fucking 2017 Camaro.
I think with red too.
You remember it?
Yeah.
You did one of your videos in
I
my
sure
shit.
remember. Oh, yeah,
At
we
the
did.
drop
We
top,
did
like,
multiple times.
I'm like, it transformed for real. I be in the house, I hit the remote start, my shit warming up, and then literally from the second floor looking out, and hit the motherfucking the remote for the top. I didn't even have to come out and unlock shit. I just hit that button, hold that button, drop top in like literally less than 10 seconds. Let me tell you. Hey, look, Kansas, we be like, and I think Leo's probably got us beat on that, but like we have a certain flair. Like, don't fuck with us. Don't try to make me look bad. Like I was like, I'd be pulled up to the light and I'd be like, you know what? Temperature's just about right now. It's like 60 degrees. I got my remote on my lap. And then like I was like, cause I could do it in the car while car is running. And then literally just about hit my jump, boom, boom. And then I'm at the light with the top down. So then it turned green. Skirt, skirt. Motherfucker. I made people fall in love with the Camaro. I'm sure I did. But at the end of the day, that's the fun part. But no, for him to have that understanding, but I had to learn that you can't help people. You can be there for people. You can be there for people. You can't help people
There's a
unless they want to be helped. I literally went through life wanting everything that was given to me verbally for knowledge, for wisdom, for tricks, trade, or for tips. Like I was the one that acted like I didn't know shit, and I soaked it in and became. That's why I say I'm a jack of all trades and master of all trades. That I take on because if I can't master it, I won't keep doing it. I won't accept it. So everything that I know to the T. Remodeling bathrooms. A lot of y'all watch my stories on Facebook and posts of that bathroom we just did. That's what I do. Been doing that for 20 years. And I'm glad I found that trade. I'm glad I found that skill. Because at the end of the day, that's something that can't nobody take from me. You know, they can't take that from me. But there was a club that I frequented for 4 or 5 years. And because we're talking about people, but now look out for people. And I got I stopped going to that club. The vibe, energy, things kind of fell off. Other reasons as well. But and then everybody that like was there front and center when I was spending $400 or $500 on drinks. I only drank about $100 worth of drinks. Where the other 400 go? To you motherfuckers. Not you, but the ones that were there. Anyway, at the end of the day, it was nothing to me. You feel me? And then like literally like for the last 2 months, this is some years, about almost 3 years ago now. But for the last 3 months before I stopped going, I was spending Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 1,500 a night. So I'm like, and I know the difference between real validation and fake validation.
Right.
But at the end of the day, because of my attachment style, I'm gonna get into that, which I was literally kind of hyper focused on last year, which is that's some real shit. Because I was dealing with somebody that made me look at their attachment style,
Right.
and that made me like, well, let me check mine. And it explains a lot and like why I am the way I am. But when I stopped going to the club, I was still getting chats, snaps, whatever you call it, like communication from people. But then eventually it stopped. Out of sight, out of mind, right?
Yep.
Which is understandable depending on their intentions, right? But then like the ones that for the last 3 years, literally thick and thin, and then all of a sudden now to this day, it's like, damn, I thought we was family. Like I was there for you, not about to get into all that I did for this, and this. And the only time anybody ever heard about anything I ever did was when they literally treat me like I ain't never did nothing. Now I'm gonna have to remind you what the fuck I really did for you that you would have never been able to do, and that you probably won't do for nobody else.
Right. Yep.
You literally got some platinum titanium type of treatment and then spit in a nigga face.
Yeah, bro.
So like they make you have to literally look out for people.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. What's your intentions? What is it that you're bringing to my life? Strife, conflict, peace? Like what is it? From a young person's perspective, especially in the music game, like when did you learn the lesson of, and not to say that you fully learned it, but like let me know where you at on that, your mental, when you see someone that you've been fucking with, you rock with, you went all in for, and then they turn on you, not so much like come at you aggressively, but literally just act like you ain't did shit, or like the friendship never meant shit. Like when did you really start? When did that affect you? And then how did you um grow from that?
I got a story about that.
Bring it out.
Like way back when, like while I was doing my music stuff, I had a nigga I knew. We was cool. You feel me? Like we went out here, made money and stuff like that, and we was out here, so we locked in. So like one of these days, like one of them days, like I come in, I see bro digging through the dresser. Nigga
I thought you
got
was just gonna say the dumpster, the trash, or something.
nah, like in the dresser. Like I guess nigga digging in the dresser, and he got like about like $600 of my hard earned, my money in his hand, and I'm like, I'm shocked, I'm dumbfounded. I'm like, yo, I'm like, what's good with you, broski? Like, you straight? Like, cause it looked from standing, it looked like you stealing from me. And bro, like he looking at me shocked, bro. Like he ain't even expect me to come up in there, bro.
Why are
Like,
you home?
like he was on a secretive mission. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like on a
actually,
snake,
yeah.
yeah, snake mission. I was hot, yeah, cause I'm like I asked, bro. I'm like, bro, please tell me, bro. And I put that on my mama. Please tell me that you're not really stealing from me. Knowing like with this guy,
Oh, he
like
was in your house.
he
in
was,
your drawers,
yeah,
trying to go through
yeah,
your shit.
yes.
Did he
was
say
like,
what he? And you called him? Did he say what he was looking for?
Socks.
bro, nah, he had my money in his hand, bro. Like I was caught, I
Oh,
caught that
shit.
nigga dead in the act of doing it. And so that's why I'm looking at, bro. I'm shocked. I'm getting mad because I'm like, bro, please tell me that you was not stealing from me, bro. Knowing I would have broke bread if you needed it. Like you could have came to me and I would have looked out
That
for you.
part.
Cause like he was a young nigga. I'm older than him. Like he looked up to me. So I'm like, okay then, cool, bro. You needed something. Like you should have came to me. So I'm mad at him because, bro, I'm catching you. Is you doing this? Like nigga, you gonna lie in my face, bro. So I'm getting
Money in his hand, and he lied. He still was lying to you.
yeah, like, and I was
Wow.
dumbfounded about that because I'm like, bro, you caught. How you gonna keep on at it? So I did what I had to do, and it was belt to ass from there, and that hurt my heart because I'm like, I ain't even want to do that.
So you had to fight.
Yeah, like I literally beat his ass over that $600. Like that was real,
600. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good thing
that-
he went out
that's
there, and made
real.
it out there in one piece.
right? And I'm like,
Did he ever admit? Did he ever come to?
nah, he still claimed to this day, like, bro, homeless now, like, and like, bro, still
So let
claim
me
to
let
this
me
day.
ask you this. So like obviously, if that was your money, which you said it was, I know
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
You went to the drawer to prove, like, well, damn, why my money not in here? How did you like show to him, hey, look, I know that's my money because my bread ain't where it's supposed to be, like right here in the drawer.
Cause like bro
I-
would keep his money. He would keep his cash in the, you feel what I'm saying? He keep his
Yeah.
cash in the box. Like he keep his
Was he
shit in the
staying
box.
with you, or he just was there?
Like he was with me. You feel
Okay.
me? Like he was
Right.
with me. And so like bro keep his money in the box and I keep my money in the drawer, in the top drawer, you feel me?
Right.
So like I know where bro keep his money at. I don't touch his money. We like make money together. So like we put our money in separate spaces.
Right.
So like he couldn't have been looking for his money because his money was in the box under the bed. So you grabbing in there trying to take my money,
Right.
and you know where my money be at. So it's like it's really something serious. You really go in my drawer and take my money. So yeah, I was pissed about that. And you constantly lie in my face. It's like how Dad was talking. Like it's like you spit in my face, nigga, and I can't accept that because that's violation.
And then try to make you out like you
Exactly. Like I'm hallucinating and shit. Nah, I'm not going. I wasn't going.
Like
for
you
it.
don't know what you know,
You know
and
what's
then
wild?
that's him on a youngster's level trying to play with him,
Mhm.
because his desperation took out of one common sense. You're in the house. You're in your house,
Yeah.
your room, by your dresser where you keep your money. You got
Yeah.
money in your hand, like, but anybody stupid. Like, was
Like,
he on
real
drugs? Was he
talk.
on drugs?
I don't know. He ain't never show because you could
That's what I
tell.
was just about to say.
I was
There's a
about to
lot
say,
of
you
folks-
can tell.
Yeah.
There's a lot of folks
Yeah.
I grew up with, right? I'm so proud of the few that didn't, but there's a lot of folks that I had to find out from other folks. Like, yo, they junkies now. I'm like, you got the wrong. I know a lot of people use the same names.
Mhm.
Nah, man. So like, beyond that, unfortunately, addiction is addiction. But
It is.
you got a lot of people who will sit there in your face, red-handed,
Yeah.
and say, "No, man, you
Like
crazy."
you caught in the act and you still trying to tell me it's not what it is when nigga it is what it is.
It's not
You feel
red-handed.
me?
It's green.
I'm saying. Like I know you ain't blind.
I want to get your take on it, but like real quick, I saw on and I love my algorithms through Instagram because it's tailored to me and nobody else. So like you're gonna see bikinis or you're gonna hear some very impactful, very inspirational quotes. That's the only thing you're gonna see on my Instagram. That and a bunch of podcasts and artistry type, promos, whatever. But there was a post that I saw that had a lion, which is the king of the jungle, a tiger, and a baboon. And the baboon and the tiger had got into an argument over the color of grass.
It's blue.
The baboon had said grass. The color of the grass is blue. He actually did say the color blue, but then he was and the tiger was like, no, it's green,
What?
and he got pissed because at the end of the day, it's like you could literally see it's green, and then they got so heated, went to the king of the jungle, basically like took him to court, and the tiger was like, uh, Your Highness, would you tell this baboon that the grass is in fact green and not blue? And then the lion king literally went to the baboon and says, "Wait, what color do you think the grass is?" And he says, "It's blue." He says, "Okay, then be on your way." And, and the tiger is like, "Oh my lord, you 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 yourself know that the grass is green." He says, "I know that, but if he's so incessant on believing that, let him believe that. Why are you sitting here arguing with a fool?"
Yep. And my son, he does this now. My son, he heard that story. He does this.
You heard that same story?
Uh,
Yeah.
we was just, it's funny you mentioned that. We just listened to a story from Einstein similar to that. A guy had seen Einstein at this big convention and started screaming out, Einstein, if you're so smart, come challenge me. And Einstein was, just doing his own thing, signing books or whatever. So the dude finally made it to the front of the line. He said, you so smart, I challenge you. He said, all right, what's your challenge? He said, well, what's the speed of light? He said, I don't know. He said, Einstein, I don't know the speed of light. He said, the speed of light is 2 million, da-da-da-da-da. He said, okay, man, you're crazy. I'm smarter than you. He said, well, how do you know that the speed of light is that fast? He said, I read it in a book. He said, that's the difference between me and you. I don't look for stuff you can find in a mere book. I'm the reason they put it in the book. Ooh. Einstein, baby.
That's bars right there, cuz.
Einstein.
That's bars right there.
But you try though, like you would think, you should spread knowledge, you should share, you should give a hand.
My people that are watching, the people that are literally watching, y'all can comment, ask a question. It's interactive, so they have that comment section for a reason. So like if there's something you want to hear, something you want to interject, a thought you have, feel free to put that in the comment box and make a comment. But like our experiences kind of jump into the topic. The topic is really multifaceted. Um, when I left that club some years ago, and I realized my fanfare literally depleted, I was in a depression. Like, man, why I keep losing people? Because like I was good to this person, I was good to this person. Titties, I'll say it again. There's titties walking around Martinsburg that I paid for. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But no strings attached. But like to not have someone at least reciprocate a genuine friendship like they received, it just makes you. It's a depression that I don't wish on nobody. And that was the first 3 to 6 months, but then it literally through growth, which is why 24, 23 was such a growth spurt in my own personality, is that you can't buy friends. Not that I tried, I just literally was not one to be able to really could say no. And that goes into my personality style, which is preoccupied. Preoccupied personality attachment style is abandonment issues, not really being holding on tight because you don't want people to walk away and leave. And so I started to train myself in 24 bye, bitch. That's as simple as I can put it. Bye, bitch. So I literally was like, I got to the point where I was like, who can I cut off next? The fuck, I literally, if I've been good and great and beyond and loved you perfectly, and you literally treat me like an option, bye, bitch.
And one of the things that's
You
hard,
feel me?
though,
Like
one of the things that's hard
you're
though
gonna lose
with
out,
that
not me.
is,
Huh?
is family members. That's one of the hardest things.
You
because
just had to go there. I said I was gonna speak on family, but yeah, you just had to go there.
That is true.
No, because especially with kids, because you don't want to take away that they can build a relationship with family members. Even though
I,
for you yourself
I
have experienced what you've experienced, you hope that holidays are better for them, birthdays, etc. You know what I'm saying? But then you start to see the same thing that you're seeing for yourself.
I'm glad that my kids were raised as Jehovah's Witnesses so that they wouldn't have that disappointment from certain my immediate family. My mom, my bitch ass brother. I'm never gonna say anything nice about him. But during the time I was in Alabama, it was literally uh I was literally down there consistently for 12 years trying to survive. And my main reason that I stayed down there before coming back to DC was I wanted a relationship with my kids. Like my son at 25, 26 is literally sitting right here. We talk, we not perfect, but we working. You feel me? Like we have a connection, and I had a bond all the way through the intermediate through adult. I mean through early teen, and even when being called on, because none of my baby moms would let me get my kids early. Like they was like, nope, you can't. It's too young, or no, you need to be with my whatever, whatever, whatever. Until they got bad. Now fucking
Till they
goddamn
got
soldiers
bad.
and shit. You in the reserve, but not no more. You literally in full. You like you in full combat. Go to your dad, and then literally thinking that I'm gonna fail, maybe, or like some negative thoughts, kind of like permeated toward in the back, and then they come back. They pass the grade. Like one thing I was impressed with this one. 2016, 2017, he was failing the ninth grade. 6 months ago, left in the school year. Literally not. I don't play that shit. I don't have no tolerance policy when it comes to school. This little nigga right here passed with flying colors with 6 months left. So like at the end of the
That
day,
was a long pack. We had to do that shit over the summer.
yeah, like
I had to do
I
that shit
went to
over
the
the
principal. I
summer,
was
bro.
in school. Principal was like, man, I appreciate parents like you. Like, yeah, that's the only way I know. I mean, I ain't the
I
smartest
think it
nigga.
was
I
Novinsky.
didn't.
His name was Novinsky. I think
Hey,
he
Sound
he
like
was a
it.
cool. Hey, look, if
Novinsky.
you ever seen the
Yeah.
Boondocks, he looked like the lawyer dude. Yeah. But he's like, all right, well, if I'm gonna give you these packs to give to him, and if he can do this at home and keep up with the classes, then he should be okay. I told and what the way I inspired him was, all right, we got 6 months to fucking work with. It's not a lot, feel me? But it's gonna be a lot on you.
I'm gonna let
I
you
said,
drive the Camaro.
no, I didn't even
Not
have
a
it.
Camaro.
I didn't even have a Camaro then.
That's before the Camaro.
That was before I became a rich nigga. Like, you feel me? Like, I told him I'd buy my Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Pass. You have an
I
Xbox.
still got that Xbox.
Oh yeah.
And
Real
he
shit,
did
I
it
still got it.
flawless. Now, at the end of the day, that's
Try,
not even going there with you.
try to get extra
Not even
games
going
on
there
that
about little
Xbox.
sis. Like at the end of the day, he literally was flawless. And I'm talking about come home from school. We're not playing around, getting them books, them extra books and whatever. And then maybe if some daylight, you can go outside and play. He didn't have a whole lot of days to go out and play. And literally he did that. Boom, 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 boom. He was on his shit. Last week of school, last day, this nigga broke eggs off the balcony.
I know that's right.
It was senior. It was like senior prank day. Like the seniors were
But
like,
you wasn't a senior.
no, but it was fun though. Like,
But that's where we're having a measure of like looking things in the proper aspect. Some parents would have literally flipped shit and went the fuck off. But like you went damn near, you went 6 months basically and did everything you're supposed to do just as so. And then there's one thing that got like you were good. You were
Yeah, like,
golden.
how do you get
feel me?
mad at your smart child?
I mean,
I got, like,
you
I
get
had, like-
upset,
I get mad
but
at
like,
the
but
dumb
like,
one,
it ain't
though.
like I'm about to like go the fuck off or go take it so much to another level where it's like, damn, Dad, you don't see, you see what I'm saying? And that's the preoccupied. Where it's like,
I got
look
like
at-
3 eggs
so
off
like,
that
You
bitch.
should
so
have
like,
told him I threw the egg at a 90-degree angle.
so like,
Uh-uh.
I would have to respect that. I would have to respect that. Like, you know,
I managed to get like 3 eggs. If I'm not mistaken, I managed to get like 3 eggs.
And he don't half-ass nothing. If he do something, he probably throw a whole fucking carton in that bitch. I did that. I don't give.
No, it was like a
He
couple. I
passed.
managed to get like about 3 eggs. I got like about 3 eggs off the balcony. Like just 3 down.
But that's another revelation. That revelation of a lot of times I do things. A lot of times I do things because it's like people can literally take things way out of control. You know what I'm saying? I've
That's when
had
you give 'em a
people
chance.
block me, get mad at me, and it's like, damn, you didn't. So when I point out something, it's like it doesn't give me any type of like understanding or like a pass because like I like was really good to you, and you literally just took that one minor sin and you literally exploded on it.
Mhm.
Like that's you know what I'm saying. That's exactly the point I was making on that. And like I don't have people to this like recently that these fallbacks are recent from motherfuckers that I've literally helped through thick and thin, and literally just been the proper friend.
You know, some of my
And now
friends-
it's like,
Mhm.
okay, I didn't call you 2 days in a row, or I didn't this or that and that, and it's like, then you fall back. Like I just you didn't look at this and that may sound transactional, but it's not. It's more like I'll go back because we're getting ready to go into family, but you know, I look at when they were getting older, as they got older to the point where they were allowed to have cell phones and stuff like that. The first person I made them call was their grandma. You know what I'm saying? Here's your grandkids. They got phones now. Boom, 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 boom. And I made them call her because I can't see what she necessarily does. But like I said, have you talked to your grandma lately? I'm pushing them to be, you know, responsible and family. Like call your grandma. Boom, boom, boom. And at the end of the day, it was still was like, okay, I know I was a bad child. I was bad as fuck growing up. My mom really did the best she could to provide, keep us in a nice middle class neighborhood, and literally like did her best. Slept all day because she worked all night. She retired, and then you know, understandably, she lived her best life and lived really well, like really well. But the somewhere along the way, she forgot what being a mom, and hell, probably what a mom is. Sad to say, because I had to make my kids who are learning how to be adults, who are learning how to be responsible, who are learning how to communicate with an adult or family, because they didn't have the closeness like I had with my family growing up, who was you know back in those days, every Thanksgiving or Christmas or one of those holidays or some point throughout the year, we was going to Delaware or Portsmouth, where my mom was from, like regular. So my first cousin, we were really close growing up because we were always back and forth taking those trips. And like, cause she even mentioned like when she was talking about when she was guilt tripping me on her deathbed, how the kids, this kids, that, and I said, well, yeah, I made him call you myself especially when I was living down there. But you don't reciprocate that energy. Unfortunately, they're gonna kind of match it quicker than I did. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I don't blame them at all. You feel me? Like they did what I told them to do, and then had you have created that bond, that's why I've stayed in Alabama and suffered so long because I could have went back sooner and just tried to make it and do whatever, whatever, whatever. But then like that distance is hard sometimes. You feel me? To like pick up a phone. It sounds simple. It is. It does. But like they wouldn't let me fall back. My son, boy, like, hey, I love him that I respect him too because of the way that he would not let that go. He got that. He got his dad back. He got his bond phones. Like he had a phone to talk. He's gonna call me, and I'm gonna call him. And now, like
But
you
this
know,
is literally, you know, even though we're not going that major with it, but this is literally why, you know, people don't thrive as a community because eventually it crashes. You know, even if it's just your own
Crash and
bloodline.
burn.
It could be your own bloodline. It could be some friends. You know what I'm saying? Say like we all grow up together. We have kids. Potentially, we would love for our kids to grow
Too.
up together too, because we built such a strong foundation for them. In reality, a lot of us just go off and want to do this dolo thing. You know, maybe it's systematically taught, but at the end of the day, we want to run off and do this dolo thing. But it takes a tribe. It takes a team to
It takes a
really
village.
conquer.
That's
Yeah,
what they say.
it takes a village. You know, but we like I for instance, me myself, I was never passed down any recipes. They probably didn't think it was a good idea. But you know, I wasn't passed down any recipes, you know what I'm saying, any culture styles, like, you know, maybe just knitting clothes or you know, I'm a Piscataway Indian. Actually I just found out Chris Brown is I think last name Newman is his connection to the Piscataway Indians also.
He does look a little bit in his overall.
You know?
I can see it.
But
My
know,
granddad was half Cherokee, so.
You feel me? So we don't really tap into being a
Which
village.
is probably why I'm good at scalping niggas nowadays. Fuck y'all.
A lot of people want to be Michael Jordan. And in reality, it's like, and I'm going to throw this out there too. A lot of people just want to be Jesus, but they don't know, like, all different cultures across the world have their own type of Jesus. And
You know,
multiple times.
we could go over a million illustrations and
allegories.
and ways of how we've been done wrong. But I want this show and any show that I do to be one that if you really can relate to what we're talking about, to one that can give you something that may be beneficial and to help you.
Can I curse?
So that you can learn something from it. So like
I can curse on it?
You can say whatever the fuck you want. This
Rule
is not for
number one.
kids.
Fuck everybody.
Not everybody. You got somebody you might be tight with.
Fuck everybody.
Damn. Fuck the host. Fuck the host. And his son. Like, wait, I just fed you, nigga.
It was, but then you know, then you run into the host, Babu, and then you find out that he takes action. And then when he takes action, he's not waiting for me to take action. So this makes me want to work with Babu. Not only do I want to learn, but I don't want to. What we all should know is not outsmart the master, but see where I can help.
If you can outsmart me, let me know, because then that means there's something else that I can learn.
But you still want to be able to help. You know what I'm saying? You want to be someone, you know, not saying you need a friend who can give you something, but at the end of the day, you don't want to be a friend who can only receive.
But some people, that's their horse.
That's a horse.
And you force feed them. You're force feeding them.
Else.
And that's why they keep eating. And that's why they keep taking, because you're not forcing them to have to take it on their own. At the end of the day, what I do now, because the title is I used to look out for people, now I look out for people. I still have people that I look out for. But those are the ones that have been like friends that literally live up to being what a friend is, and they don't just hit me when it's convenient or when they need something, or just like, hey, look, you got $10. I know I didn't pay back this or what have you. It's like that's gonna make me be like, well, damn, the only time you hit me is when you want something. So yeah, obviously that's easily identifiable and very quickly will have me fall back from you. But let's say you have someone that is kind of like camouflage, they're cloaked. Anybody seen Harry Potter, you know that cloak that he wore, it made him invisible. People with bad intentions, ill will, malicious intent, users, abusers, whatever, you feel me? Anyone in that evil, poisonous category are not going to sit here and have a sign say, I'm about to screw your fucking life up with conflict, toxicity, trauma bond you, and everything. Like, but I'm going to treat you right sometimes. Then, yeah, that would be like Captain Obvious. They're not going to do that. So you have to, one, identify through their actions. You have to look at how they're moving with you. And it still could be like weed, some weed that actually looks like grass in the initial stage. That's why God in the Bible says, let the weed and the grass grow together and then cut them at the same time and then separate the good from the bad. But we don't necessarily have the discernment of God. But you can heighten your perceptive powers, your vision, and how you see things by challenging, and not so much in a blatant, like hostile way, but challenge people that you've done a lot for. That'll tell you a lot from the beginning. Like if you're the only one, literally the situation that I just ended a month and a half ago, literally they didn't do shit financially. Didn't ask them to either. Nor did I regret anything that I did for them because they needed it. You needed it. You needed it, bitch. You needed it. At the end of the day, when I pull back, what I would normally do, it was a big deal. Oh my God. Told someone I knew, like, oh, didn't this, didn't do that. Like, forget this. They was just trying to use me at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, don't be afraid to make to do a checklist with people you call family, with people you call friends. You feel me? At the end of the day, don't just be it because they're taking from you, but don't take from them too. Don't take their disrespect. Don't take their nonchalant and callousness. Don't take their like literally like them not reciprocating some of the most basic human and relationship circumstances and things that they should be doing. You know, if you literally been driving this person to work, that's a lot. People carpool, you know, because it's expensive, especially if you don't have a car and then Ubers. Oh my God, you've been taking this person to work for 5 months, not asking for a fucking dime for gas.
You got
And
like
then the one time
months.
you know that they got it, you know they got it. You be like, hey, look, can
Hey,
I borrow?
this comment
Uh,
right here. I'll see what
read
you
that while
saying.
I'm finished this thought. And then like at the end of the day, like you ask them one time for something, and then they're like, well, I can't do it right now because I gotta this. And then probably like some bullshit excuse, but they're just so used to getting and taking and not giving back. You feel me? Like that's a sign. And if you continue to go past that, a
Not
lot of
if you
people,
observe it.
a lot of people literally will like shake that off, like, oh well, I'm gonna let them slide. That's yeah, don't do that. But matinee, hope I said it right.
Matt,
A lot of people hide between the lines. One can act like they aren't a snake and still make their way to your doorstep. That is true. You ain't lying about that. They literally, and then most of those people actually blur those lines in your mind because they're literally gaslighting, manipulating. You feel me? And have you questioning yourself, and that's some narcissistic bullshit.
But if
Like,
you observe it, then I mean, you feel me? Because I had snakes in my grass. I had snakes in my grass, but shit, I saw through it and got the lawnmower and I
but
started
at what
chopping
point
heads.
did you see through it? Because they didn't come at you with the snake head on, right? You had to like be perceptive at some
and
point
that's
to
something I
to
was gonna say
to be
earlier.
decipher, right? You
Is
feel me?
that
Yeah,
me
yeah.
and me before? I even got a song, "Snakes in My Grass." I feed the snakes.
I
That
got
part.
plenty on it.
You know what I'm saying?
Plenty on it.
So it's like I
Plenty.
can't even lie. Like if I was just about to like try to go on the female tip and say, "Well, y'all like to heal people," but at the end of the day, we all try to heal people. We all be like, "Well, I know my homeboy be robbing people, but I'ma still invite him over for Thanksgiving because I got love for him." You know what I'm
That's looking
saying?
out. Yeah.
And but we don't take in consideration that he see himself more than family members themselves sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Now you got your homeboy that robs your cousin or somebody, or you know what I mean? So it's like snakes, whatever it may be, a fox, a weasel. At the end of the
Or
day,
rat.
a rat.
I
You
mean,
feel
Oh
me?
my
because
God.
and why I said ascertain that he was on some snake vibes. What I meant by all right, so your full last when my mom passed, and you know, shortly before that, I owed my brother $1,000
Rest
for
up, man.
over a year. For over a year. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I paid him back 100%, you know, and in two payments because I was able to do that. Some years prior to that, he was out of work, borrowed almost $400 from me, and it took him 8 9 months to pay me back.
Mm.
Never did I come to him like, "Yo, where my money at? Where this blah 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 blah." I never pressed him, and at that time, that was my brother. At this time, you can suck my dick, to be honest. And then you feel me, like I paid him back, and then even shortly after that, you feel me, he was out of work again because his contract working for the government. Made six figures when he was working, made nothing, I guess, when he wasn't working. Um, when I was living in West V, still live in West V, but he needed a place. I let him stay with me for a year. You feel me?
In
Paid
California.
$300. I mean, when he got started working, because he stayed with me for months and then wasn't able to pay shit. But when he started back working, got a job, whatever, boom, he's paying $350, which ain't shit at the end of the day. But it was something, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. But then, I ran to some times, borrowed money. You feel me? And then I guess he wasn't doing too good or whatever, and he was pressing me for the money. You feel me? And I said, no, I got you. Boom, 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 whatever, whatever. Ended up getting paid. Mom passed away. So like at the end of the day, for years, we literally wasn't like we was more like fair weather family folks. And then it was when I was living in the area, it was you might come over for game day or house birthdays. That was it. But when my mom passed, it that's that I didn't see it because I wanted the relationship with my
Mhm.
family. I wanted that. But he was on some snake shit, and I didn't see until after, which was a month later, the service and funeral she was cremated. So, but the two services, you feel me? But during the process of cleaning out my mom's apartment, and the only reason that I got anything out of that is because he just didn't have nowhere to put it, which is I ascertained that later. But during that time, we laughed and joking, and I thought things were like gonna be cool. And then he was like, "Yo, um, I'm not working, whatever, whatever, whatever. Like, can you pay for the death certificates? Because without the death certificates, the bank don't know shit, bills don't know shit, and then the funeral home need to have the funeral home's the one that prints those and puts those out.
Yeah.
But you can't get the life insurance money without the proof of the death certificates.
Yeah.
So I didn't have $200 at the time, but I dug in my bag and you know my little that I was going and working with, and then in a week I sent him $200. We were going to split the ashes because she was being cremated, and then I bought an urn for $150. Gorgeous, beautiful urn. You feel me? Um, and then by association, because like for like his wife, who he's been dealing with since high school, back and forth, divorced, married, whatever, right? You okay, cousin D? Blah blah blah. I know it's a hard time, but in fact, the entire time that she was that'd be gaslighting, right?
Fuck him.
I say that all the time. But at the end of the day, the funeral was a month later. We talked at the funeral service, and and I had my oldest daughter and my youngest daughter, and I was like, "Hey, bro, like, come over to the house, cook dinner for you, and Ann, your wife, whatever, blah blah." And then like he was like, "All right, boom," and that like didn't take. And then 2 weeks later, we actually talked. And this is when he decides to fucking say that, well, mom took you out the will years ago and didn't want me to give you nothing. So the only reason you gave me what I got is because you just didn't have nowhere to put it. Like, you feel me? Dozens of photo albums of my childhood memories, whatever, whatever, whatever. He was like, oh, I got to do the slideshow for the funeral, for the service. So I need those. And then once I'm done with that, then boom, but never intended to give me shit out of that. And then that pissed me off because to have my oldest daughter at her this is genuinely her family, not somebody that was like, oh, this is family. This bro, this is sis, blah, blah. This is your actual blood and your uncle, your only uncle, who literally created and put all the pictures in this slideshow that went for 30 minutes without having to repeat a picture. Not like single fucking picture of any of my kids. Them pictures, Facebook is free to steal from. You can go there right now, look at somebody's post, and literally just download their picture. I have the lifetime of pictures of my kids. He had maybe 5 pictures of me, 2 or 3 of my baby pictures, and maybe 1 or 2 of my pictures. You feel me? and then that was it in the slideshow. So like my kids cannot see a genealogical lineage rundown in this slideshow. You literally punish them too. The fuck. But 2 weeks later we had a talk. She took out the will. Boom, boom. Then what you had now, but we need to see how we're gonna move forward as brothers. That pissed me off because at the end of the day, I'm not really a confrontational person, but I literally told him my side of the story. Because the last 3 years when she was sick, it was like, um, those are condensed mics. Stop hitting the mic.
My bad.
So I was like, I'm literally still like struggling to try to make ends meet. For one, I'm literally trying to make sure that all 5 of my kids are good. You feel me? And like you motherfuckers up here living like the Joneses is like you're in fucking goddamn on some like privileged resort. You would like my mom flew to fucking goddamn Paris, 8-hour flight. To see a bunch of foreign motherfuckers that you don't even know. My kids is literally a 2-hour flight from DC to fucking Atlanta and then an hour drive, if that, to Montgomery to come visit your kids, your grandkids, who called you all the time. My brother, healthy as a fucking tech. My mom was only sick the last 3 years. She's literally, we're talking about 20-something years, almost a quarter of a century, and you didn't make not one trip to Alabama. You feel me? This is blood. You don't expect that shit. You feel me? And then for this nigga to literally know what he knew and didn't say until 6 weeks later, and he still ain't gave my money. My money that I motherfucking work hard for. I earned that I fucking purchased. And then like literally like the funeral home had to earn. I'm like, brother, just keep that shit. $350. Like fuck the life insurance money. I don't even know how much it was. Could care less. Because at the end of the day, it's either on you or it's in you. It's in me, nigga. I'm still surviving. You feel me? He's broke again. Whatever it was you got, you literally broke again. But like at the end of the day, that was some foul shit. So like nothing surprises me. So like and I didn't see that shit coming. But you know what? Instead of me clowning and literally going and slapping the shit out this nigga, which is what I felt like doing, I was like, bruh, karma will take care of you. And sometimes when you release it to the universe, they can do more damage than you can, and you don't have to worry about going to jail or anything else behind it. Sometimes when you acknowledge and you recognize, so that's the lesson. When you acknowledge that within yourself and you ascertain, like, this person don't mean me no good, walk away. You ain't gotta say nothing when you walk away either. Because if you are really, truly, genuinely good to them, the universe is literally gonna have your back. I've literally, karma is literally don't play about me. I've literally seen in the last 6 months, Carmen literally sitting on the roof waiting for me to walk away. And literally shit that's happened to people that I've seen that's literally just did me dirty, fictively spit in my face and literally just stepped on my good gracious and generosity. Carmen literally, while I was driving away crying my eyes out, Carmen was literally beating the fuck out these people. Theoretically, kind of, sort of.
That's what it takes. Babu, it take walking away, man. It makes you rare, unfortunately.
I hate having that discipline. Some of you motherfuckers really get off real easy.
Yeah, man.
For real.
You gotta walk away and go do your own thing. Then that horse was wandering around the forest, looking at your pail of water, just looking at you, licking his lips, looking crazy. You're like, all right, come here, bring your stupid ass over here.
And it's crazy because at some point they're gonna start drinking some water, but they don't know how to refill the well.
Done dried up on you.
They're like, I don't need him no way. Go walk away. You don't want to feed me no more? All right, bet. I'm good. Until whatever residual is left and ends, then you're like, oh shit.
Yep.
Oh my God. What am I do now?
Yep.
I wasn't paying attention in class on this one.
But it's good for us. It's good for us to learn that type of discipline of walking away because, something I learned about a year or two ago is from Taoism. But in order to even try to help the universe, you gotta help yourself. And a lot of the times, like for myself, I look for my brothers, and I had to make brothers out of my friends because I wasn't finding all the things I wanted out of my brothers. And for them, I got 4 older brothers, so most of the things come out their mouth is to criticism instead. So around my friends, I was able more of the jokes, and like you say, I would fix certain things. Some of it was for I ain't got time for the jokes next time, but I also noticed that as I was working on myself, the people around me started working on themselves, and some of those people started to fall off. Rest in peace to my old friends. But you start to see that working on yourself, those people that you wanted to build with, unfortunately, you might see some that go lower than where they are in life. I had this one homeless dude, bro, since I've been in Martinsburg. I was like, yo, the temp agency just gave me a job at Macy's. Oh man, I'm a $40 an hour type of guy, man. I know all types of stuff. And it's just like, when I would go to certain people I wanted to be around and try to exchange knowledge or exchange trades, it was I'm a know-it-all. You don't know what you're talking about, but this is where my something I talked to your father in private about is where you take a whole bunch of your homeboys. Hey y'all, let's all come with an idea. We invest into it. I probably ain't gonna see them homeboys till the end of the month because one, they got their own life. Two, they don't have they're not invested into this startup dream, entrepreneur, whatever that I want to bring to the table. So it always becomes a revolving door of what we could do, but we never actually do it. And one of the billionaires, he say, it's not about being able to do the work; it's getting a group of people who can do the work. You know what I'm saying? And there's people out there who just love to do the work. They ain't worried about getting paid. They know that's gonna come, especially when they invest in you. They like, man, what he wanna do? Let's call him today. Cause this is our new leader. We got the trade over here. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I call Babu and I say, I want to renovate a bathroom. He might be with it, but he also expected me, the one with the idea, to lead. You know what I'm saying? Not just sit outside the bathroom and say, well,
But
what
it
you need next?
it really just depends on how you come. If you hey, look, Babu, I don't really have your level of skill, but I want to do this. Can you like help with like so I have somebody that literally wants their bathroom done. Can we go in and you literally like get me up to speed and help me to learn some stuff so that when future bathrooms come I can be even better, blah blah blah. Like but or if you just want to say, well, and because you got every just every which way. Like, well, I want to do a bathroom, and then like some people just want power. They don't even want what comes with it, the brand, the respect to your name, the dignified way that people treat you because of what you're able to do, not who you are. You know what I'm saying? Celebrities get who you are, but contractors, construction workers, people who have skilled labor, that's what you are, not who you are. You feel me? There's a difference in that terminology, but if he comes with a level of respect, then yeah, definitely help. But we're gonna close it. We're gonna in closing. um, I want to give some wisdom because for me, I am a people pleaser, but now I have boundaries that I'm putting in place, and I'm trying to work on keeping in place. Standing on business. You feel me? Tapping into trying to look at myself in a more confident way. Um, One thing that helps me is staying away from a lot of people. If I get attached to somebody, they can, try to use the attachment as leverage or, influence. So, like, if I'm not attaching myself to a bunch of people, it literally cuts that down. And then I have to be able to rationalize someone that I'm about to sacrifice for. Because sometimes I sacrifice people, not that I have it, but because, like, damn, I look at what you have and you're dealing with is more important. And then I'm like, boom, well, here you go. I'll figure this out because my friend's not gonna suffer. Like if I'm good, my bills are paid. I'll sacrifice because this person is a good person. They're a good parent. They're a good mom. Or what have you. And I'm like, go ahead. And I don't come at him like, hey, look, I'll just figure it out. Like I'm like, no, all right, give me a second. And then I'm like, can I, if I sacrifice it, boom, all right, yeah, I got you. You feel me? And I don't ask them to pay back. They're like, I'll pay you back. All right. If you're able, great, whatever. If not, I'm not looking for it back. Because if you're in a position now where you got to borrow this from me, you're probably not going to pay it back.
So I'm gonna ride
You
off
feel
of that.
me?
I'm gonna ride off of that and say, if I was giving advice, I would say work on yourself because then you can trust and depend on yourself because you know you put the work in and you know how far you can go with it. If
And
you outside and you running every day, you know at least that you've been running a mile, so you can trust yourself. Circumstances change, you can probably push more than that. So if you invest in yourself and you work on areas within yourself, you'll build the structure you'll build the foundation you need that some of us seek in other people.
and what he's saying, learn what your strengths and weaknesses is. If you know something is a weakness, even if that something is a person and their personality traits and the way they operate and move, then you know that you got to start setting boundaries to protect yourself from that weakness. If your strength is XYZ, then operate in your because only good and positive elevation can come from that. You feel me? Is there any like advice that you've learned from your journey? Because in the music industry, we dealt with some folks that weren't too savvy or like about their word, especially when we went to Texas quite a few times. You feel me? But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, what it could be as an artist, could be as a dad, could be any aspect. But what is some advice you would give to young folks or to anybody? You know what I'm saying? Advice is good for anybody.
The advice that I would give to young folks is like, don't be scared to cut people off. You feel what I'm saying? If you gotta take them hedge clippers and start cutting the heads off some folks, bro, don't be scared to do that because you be doing yourself a favor. You do something like that, especially if they not adding to none of what you trying to do. If you out here trying to accomplish something or you trying to do something or there's some goals and aspirations that you got there, my nigga, if the people that you say rocking with you, they ain't really, you feel me, they ain't giving you no type solutions or nothing like that, then bro, cut them motherfuckers off, bro. don't try to convince yourself why to keep them around, bro. Nah, nigga. Cut them
And
off.
that could be and that could be metaphorically too, because you might
True.
see something in them potential wise, cut them off from resources. Even if
Yeah.
you still rock with them, but rock with them where they meet you at. And if they don't meet you, then you ain't got to necessarily block them. But if I block off of you know blatant disrespect and advantage taking, you take advantage, boom, you block.
It ain't
I'm
nothing
done.
like that
But
big
at the end of the
Joe.
day, like I don't just go around blocking motherfuckers just to be blocking them. And at the end of the day, but I pull back the resources because they're literally using, taking, abusing, whatever. And then
Straight
boom,
up.
when I shut that down, they're gonna block themselves at the end of the day. But I'm a now we got another comment. Real shit, real shit. At the end of the day, and bro, like at the end of the day, I fight to not harden my heart. For example, dealing with females. Every girl I've ever dated my entire life got a clean slate. Every single one of them. Not one girl has been mistreated or misjudged because of the one prior to. That is not easy to do. It is not easy to do. I watched this movie with Tom Selleck, not Tom Selleck, the kid and he played in Big. Uh,
Oh, I
you
know
know,
you talking about.
Oh my God, what's that name? I can't think of it right now. It's not Tom Selleck. It's fucking amazing movie. Everybody knows the movie Big. Fucking, you know who he is. He was in Castaway. He was in
Dang,
Captain
who is
Phillips.
dang, who you talking about?
Captain Phillips. You didn't see
Thomas.
Captain Phillips? You didn't see Castaway?
Yeah.
The lead, the one that played in Big, the movie Big. He was a little kid, and then he fucking turned into a fucking adult, dating a girl. And then he went back to being a kid.
He said, Hank.
Thank you. Somebody's paying attention.
Tom
You the
Hanks.
man, Tom Hanks. God damn you. You're fired. No, I'm saying.
God.
So at the end of the day, you made me forget my point. Damn it, you really are fired right now.
Big.
Nah, you good. Appreciate it, bro. At the end of the day, to sit here and not the movie was oh my god, he played an old guy whose wife passed away, and he literally barked at everybody in the neighborhood. He was, but it really was. He lost something that was super special. Lost his wife, and you know, no who like you know that's the hard thing when you lose somebody in death, because you know you've attached yourself so intricately and sync to them. Now
Right.
you don't even know how to survive after.
Routines.
But
Been there,
the
done
beauty
that.
of that music, I'm sorry, the beauty of that movie was toward the middle, toward the end, he had these really nice, genuinely nice, a little bit eerie, nice neighbors that literally made that ice melt.
Mm.
And when I saw that, and I'm like, man, I'd already literally have fought for my character not to be, you know, so hardened. And it's hard. I promise you, like what you saying is real shit. Like it's hard to not be hardened and become so protective that you literally is like, fuck you won't. I was just speaking. I literally had some extra peaches and oh, all right, yeah. Don't expect shit. Cause you're literally just tired as fuck of literally just letting yourself be, you know, taken advantage of and used and gaslighted and some more shit. But fortunately for the females anyway, everyone gets a clean slate. And what you put on that slate is what I acknowledge and what I go off of. Now I might sit here and be like, you know, it's a red flag, it's a red flag. But I'm gonna give you time. And what I did, because remember what I said, you have to put yourself or keep yourself out of situations that can make you do more than what you should be doing anyway. So like last year, or year for last, the thing that I came with was I always give people enough rope to hang themselves. But what I had to learn is takers did not give a fuck. You're gonna keep giving them rope, they're gonna keep taking it. So literally, like I had to learn to be like, you know what? I'm gonna give you enough rope, and then I'm gonna decide when the fuck to stop. And that's usually quicker than it was back then. So like at the end of the day, I really just don't want to like because I'm the type of person that like I lay all my cards out, especially in a relationship. I lay all my cards out. This is me. I'm transparent. This is who I am. Pick your card. You're gonna show me who you are. I've already showed you who I am. And the type of greed, type of discipline, the type of character, type of generosity, whatever it is, you're gonna show me without me having to say a fucking word because you, oh my God, like who he's got the ace and deuce and the joke. Oh, that type person, we're not gonna rock for long. But if somebody's like, I'm not looking at your hand, I don't care if you lay it down or not. That type of person, with figuratively speaking, is the one that will rock the longest. The end of the day, the one thing that I want everybody in this fucking world to take is that do not get too attached to anyone. Family, friends you make family, co-workers, your girl, your everybody has the capacity, the human frailty to disappoint you. And if you've attached way too much, you literally have that ball and chain attached to you and each other with the fallacy that you're literally going to be like, we're cool. And if even if they fall, I'm gonna hold them up. Not necessarily. That shit will fucking kill you emotionally and mentally. If you die emotionally, mentally, what is there left? For real, for real.
What is that like when you have high expectations or
When you have not only high expectations but the high belief, you're like, oh, this person will never do this. Never thought my mom would do what she did to me. My brother, like I could see that kind of sort of, but like you could have been a real nigga. Like I would have respected that more than you literally not saying a fuck. Oh, I hope you're okay and hope you're getting through this. You knew your husband was on some sneak this and bullshit. So that makes you not shit either, bitch. Fuck. Like I don't give a fuck, nigga. I stand on business.
Business.
Business. But at the end of the
nothing
day,
but
that's just me venting. You feel me? At the end of the day, that's me venting. But protect you the way that you give, because that's the only thing that can stop you from falling so far, so hard. Because some people live like, oh, I can't live without you. Well, then go and kill yourself with them, then, bitch. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you got to learn to accept. You got to learn to acknowledge. You got to learn accountability. And if you can't do none of those things, then you're in for a long road of disappointment. It is. But I appreciate y'all for joining in. I appreciate bro for commenting. Appreciate my guests for coming in. Season 4 is gonna keep rocking, and we're gonna keep going as long as I can. I hope y'all learned something. I hope you were able to understand, and maybe you can relate to something. And then if you can, and it literally had an impact in your situation, your life, tell somebody about it. Tell them to watch it and tell them to subscribe. Like, cause we talk about real shit on here. You feel me? We're gonna have some fun shows coming. I got a Wild 'N Out like thing coming soon. Like, I need to get like 4 reliable people that can come on and we can have some fun with this shit. But it's not always gonna be like deep, you know what I'm saying? If you've really been a fan or you've been watching, you know that we have some fun shit too. So tell a friend, tell your enemy. I want everybody to watch. Maybe they'll learn something and not be enemy no more. I don't know. But at the end of the day, don't take life too serious. Don't let motherfuckers get up under your skin. And when you know someone is literally like fucking with you just for their entertainment, humble yourself. And this is one point. You don't take nothing away from this. When you wrong yourself, it don't mean you're wrong. It means you have a bigger picture. You don't want to go to jail and not be around your kids. You don't want to go to jail and not have a chance for a real life out here doing something productive. When you wrong yourself, you see the dangers and the pitfalls and you go around it and you let whatever it is, and be. So I'm Babu and we out. Appreciate y'all for joining.
Peace.
Until next time.
Bye.